Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Hit the Deck. I have Mr. Fragram here today and his wonderful fungally infectiousness. Remember, disinfect your Ethernet cables.
Now I'm coughing it up. How are you? What's going on?
I'm good. I finished my first week back at work this week. Well, today. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
And slightly exhausting, but I survived. So we're here.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yay. How are you? How's the Plague Factory going? Hey, Robert Collins.
I have a cough I'm trying to kick, but yeah. Hey, Robert Collins, what's going on? I think I'm on the tail end of it, and I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
So today we've really planned ahead in terms of what we wanted to do today, and we figured we wanted to talk a little bit about War of the Spark, and then maybe do some gameplay after that. So
yeah. Now, War of the Spark is due out. Is it mid-April or is it early?
April 24th.
Oh, so it's going to be about the third week.
So paper comes out May 3rd, so we will get it 2 weeks before that.
Okay.
Arena April 25th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's right, yeah. The pre-release is the same weekend as London Magic Fest. Yeah. I remember.
That means a week before that, there's a pre-release that Loading Ready Run might do.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, cool. I'm very curious.
Yeah, I remember this because the local shop basically threw a fit because they have like the pre-release of that. I'm sure Avengers Endgame comes out that weekend as well, and it's the Magic Fest, and we're like, we can't do all of the things at once.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that the same weekend as
I'm sure 25th April is when Avenger Endgame comes out.
Endgame?
At least here. I don't know about over there.
Yeah, it's that close. I think we get it a couple of weeks later.
Yeah.
Like literally, I think it's 2 weeks later. But yeah, I keep forgetting that movie is that close.
I know, right?
Whew. Okay. Yeah.
So
The wife got the service book fixed. So okay, you've been talking to me actually for a while about this because there have been story threads that have been stirring, I guess, being woven, whatever you want to say, for a bit, centered around Nicol Bolas.
yes, Senor Bolas.
Yeah, Senor Bolas. I don't know what the Spanish word for dragon is.
El Dragon.
No, I don't think that's it. I did have, just as an aside, one of those great uncles that always thought that the Spanish equivalent of a word was just
L
on the end of it,
and maybe an E on the end.
Yeah, no, it was always an O. It was posto officio. Where is O? El posto off? Yeah, I had one of those. Anyway, you've talked about it several points in the artwork for the most recent set that came out, Ravnica Allegiance. You would talk about eye glow color. So, such and such has his eyes are glowing, whatever. That's a sign of them being in service to or under the control of Nicol Bolas.
Yeah.
Right?
So that was looking at Dovin Ban and Kaya.
Right.
Their eyes are very much purpley glowy.
Hey, Preacher.
In their artwork for Ravnica Allegiance.
Right. I distinctly remember you talking about that and saying, and you said, "Oh, their eyes are glowing, such and such color," and I was like, "So?" And you were like, "Well, that means they're in service to Nicol Bolas." I was like, "Is that a bad thing?" I wasn't 100% sure, but you because Nicol Bolas is one of those new players. There's so many of these planeswalkers that didn't exist. I actually don't think there was such a thing as a planeswalker when I was playing last.
No, Planeswalkers came out in 2006.
Yes, so I stopped playing paper way before that. So, well, not way before that, but a few years before it. And so Planeswalkers weren't a thing. And I have kept up with some of the story for some of the Planeswalkers Folks like I know a little bit of Teferi's story and like Karn. I followed a lot of because I've always been fascinated by Karn and
Yeah,
the
well, Karn would
artifact
have been
planeswalker
around
concept.
when you were playing.
Yeah, he was a character.
Yeah.
Yes, Karn was a character, but he wasn't a planeswalker. Planeswalker wasn't a thing yet.
Yes.
And there were certain.
Well, planeswalkers were a
characters.
thing. They just weren't a card thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. They weren't a card thing. It wasn't a card mechanic you had to worry about. But there were some of the characters that did exist then, and of course, but there's this huge stable of all these others, and there's going to be a thing
Yeah,
that
there are a
Mr.
few.
Trunks will show you that will have all of those people listed on it. But yeah,
There's just a few planeswalkers.
yeah, just a few.
Just a
Yeah,
few.
just one or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Stian, what's going on?
Hey, Stan. Hey, Preach. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, so I haven't followed all of the planeswalkers, but there are some that I knew, some that I know, and some that I keep track of. Like now, see, you're looking at the bottom of this page. I see the Gatewalkers, the Gatewatch, the 9 Titans.
That was Urza and his crew.
Yeah, Urza and his crew, the 9 Titans. But the Gatewatch is a current thing.
Yes, the
Gideon,
Gatewatch.
Aja, Ajani, Jace, Nissa, Chandra, and Teferi. Did
Yes.
I miss one?
Liliana.
That's all of them? Oh, Liliana, yes, and Liliana. Former members, Liliana
Yeah.
and Nissa. Oh, I see that. Okay. And current. Yeah, so the Gatewatch I'm a little fuzzy on, but apparently the whole thing about the upcoming expansion, The War of the Spark, is the Gatewatch and Nicol Bolas's crew butting heads.
Yeah, so the Gatewatch basically came about after Nicol Bolas manipulated a plane called Zendikar
Right, I
and
heard of that.
released
I heard
the
of
Eldrazi,
Yeah.
which were basically like universe-ending gribbly monsters of the Cthulhu-esque type. And basically the Gatewatch came in and ooh, Ferg, 500 bits.
All right, Berg.
Hi, Ferg. So the Gatewatch were effectively summoned to combat Nicol Bolas, and they sort of agreed to stick together after that and try and foil whatever his grand overarching plan was.
So now, one of the teasers that they have brought out, or I think the teaser right now,
Yeah, the teaser. Yeah.
for the next set, The War of the Spark, has in it not a listing, but kind of a showing all of these planeswalkers. Do you think this is just going to be a super planeswalker heavy set, or what?
From what Mark Rosewater said, there will be 36 Planeswalker cards in the set,
Jeez.
and every booster pack will have a Planeswalker in it.
That's got to be the highest saturation level of planeswalkers for a while.
Yeah,
right?
I think this is the most Planeswalkers that have ever been printed in one set. Like, normally you get like 4 or 5.
Yeah. The ones currently active in the storyline.
Yeah, which is usually like the Gatewatch plus a couple of others. Like, the Gatewatch were printed every set for quite a while.
Yeah. Dark Preacher says 36 planeswalkers, and one of them is Tybalt.
Oh, God, Tipple.
Yeah, Tybalt.
No.
He's on the short list of people that I can spot by artwork because he's such a meme. Everybody makes a big joke out of Tybalt, and I actually don't even know why. I mean, other than the fact that his Planeswalker card is just not that interesting.
This Planeswalker card is insane.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. Tybalt. I'm going to go search. There he is.
So,
The Fiend-Blooded.
he's the only Planeswalker that costs less than 3 mana,
Uh-huh. Which is weird.
which is strange. And, yeah, he's kind of...
+1 draw card and discard a card at random.
Yep.
Then -4. Tybalt the Fiend-Blooded deals damage equal to the number of cards in target player's hand to that player. Ouch. And then -6. Gain control of all creatures until end of turn. Untap them. They gain haste until end of turn. That's kind of broken.
Yeah.
It's not all creatures like opponent controls. Can you imagine using him in a commander game?
I'm actually in the process of building a Super Friends Commander deck.
Oh my god. Using
I
Tybalt?
think Tybalt. No, I've taken Tybalt out actually for some reason. But yeah, I kind of looked at him and I was like, I should do this.
Yeah.
So, yes, I will gain control of every creature on the board, thank you.
Give me just a second.
So yes, Tipple is coming back, Preacher. You'll be pleased to know. We've also had it confirmed that the 36 Planeswalkers that are being printed
Woo. Okay.
are all new prints and not reprints, so they will be entirely new cards.
Wow. So that means that there's going to, like, if you go into MTG Arena right now and you searched by Planeswalker, you filtered by Planeswalker, and you got that number, like let's say what is it? Is it 3 or 4 Vraskas right now?
There's 4 Vraskas, I want to say.
Yes, there's a lot of Vraskas. So, but if you did, however many copies, if there's 2 Ajani's, like for example what you've got on screen, there's going to be a third one that's going to get added now.
Yes.
Okay. And if I remember right, there is a unique rule for Planeswalkers, like a unique card rule, so that because they're legendaries, you can't have more than one of the same name, more than one copy by the same name in play at the same time.
Yes, but you could have both Ajani Adversary Tyrants and Ajani Wise Counselor at the same time.
That is exactly what I was going to ask next. So this means that if there's going to be a third printing, a third unique Ajani, you could have 3 of them on the board at the same time.
Yes.
One of each.
Yes, just like you could have all 4 Vraskas.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't recommend it. A couple of them suck, but that's not the point.
3 Vraskas.
How many of the stained glass windows can you identify? He actually went
34.
through right before we. Yeah, he went through and identified. Well, there's 2 of them we don't know because
there's 2 of them that nobody knows yet.
Yeah, there's 36, and 2 of them are new characters. Question mark?
There's actually 4 that are new characters, but we know what 2 of them are already.
Oh, okay. So yeah, of the 36, there's 32 that are pre-existing. 2 of the new 4 we know enough about to name and identify. It was the last 2 that we don't have names for yet.
Yeah.
And he can identify the 34 of the 36 that have names.
Yes.
So, yeah. And we'll go over that because the artwork is worth looking at.
Shall we play the teaser and then talk about the artwork?
Let's hit the teaser. Yeah. And there's some symbology in that shape.
Yes, there's specific symbology in that shape. Hey,
okay.
Anna, how are you doing, man? No, don't do that.
No, don't. Yeah, quit it.
Stop.
Yeah, so that shape, and I think that's a boy right there in the top middle on that artwork.
Yes, it is very much Nicol Bolas horns.
Yep, there's Nicol Bolas right there, and it's that smoke shape from the candles is the horns of Nicol Bolas. Even I spotted that. I picked up on that real quick. But this is the artwork. Now, this wasn't pulled from the video. This was actually provided by.
This is an actual
this is
Wizards article, yeah.
Article, yeah. So they got the artwork directly.
Yep.
So yeah, there's 36 windows,
Yes.
stained glass windows all the way around it, and of the 36, we know who 34 are. 32 of those 36 are pre-existing characters.
Yeah,
pre-existing
two are
planeswalkers.
new.
Yeah.
2 are new to the card sense, but they've existed in lore stories beforehand.
Yeah, the new cards, but not new characters. And then, oh, wait a minute. So that means there's going to be two planeswalkers that were known planeswalkers, but they've never been put into print before.
Yes.
Oh, that's a big deal, right?
Yeah, that is kind of a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Do we know what color association those two have, or what
Um,
group association they have?
one of them's this dude, Tayo Verada.
Hmm.
I believe he's either blue or blue white.
I see some what look like
He's
circles coming up. I don't know if
yeah,
those are defensive
he's a
targets
shield
or...
mage. So
See
the sort
that
of
sounds
white
white.
comes into it,
Yeah, that definitely sounds white, or at least blue
or
white,
blue white.
snuffing
Yeah,
out or
I'm not
stopping spells.
I'm
Yeah,
not entirely sure whether it would be like mono white or add in
yeah,
that splash of blue.
a mix.
The other
Yeah.
one is this guy here, Darviel Kane.
Uh huh. Yeah, we were talking about him. You can see his outstretched right hand when it looks like some kind of a black mist or something coming, tendrils reaching out from it.
Yeah.
Some kind of black energy.
So I
He's
imagine
gotta
he's going
have
to be
some-
black.
Yeah, he's
I
got to have black something.
think
associated with him, right?
he leans slightly towards blue, but predominantly is black.
I also want to point out, just real quick, and this is the geek in me going for the game design aspect of things. When you look at that stained glass of him, he's got this cloak that is flowing out behind him that not only indicates a wind blowing wherever that character is, but you can actually see the leaves that have been
Yeah.
put into the stained glass swirling in front of him. I think it's a really interesting touch they did with a lot of the artwork.
I really like this artwork.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm kind of slightly disappointed is they've said that this will not be artwork that's available in game, and I'm like, oh, but I want it.
They could do card backs on this, and they could sell them for real money, and people would buy them.
Yeah, definitely.
In MTG Arena, I would love to have card backs of stuff like this. Just put a nice little border around the edge of it. You could declare.
They'd make really good sleeves as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, card
Yeah,
sleeves.
yeah, card sleeves.
Yeah, card sleeves. Yeah. I think there'd be awesome card sleeves that you could buy physically. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having your deck with the Nicol Bolas stained glass sleeves on the back of it? That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. If somebody doesn't do this, it's definitely going to happen at some point.
Yeah, see, okay, the new guy we're talking about, bottom right hand corner there. Dark Preacher
This
brings
guy.
up circles of protection. That does kind of look like what those target discs coming
Yeah.
up, the shield discs. They kind of look like that idea that he's bringing those things up real quick to block an incoming shot or something.
Yeah, I could see
That does
that.
look. I get the protection vibe.
Yeah.
From them. Yeah.
And it's definitely, there's a lot of like little circles on his outfit as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So, okay, where do you want to start with this whole set of stained glass? I mean, we've got the big man himself, top middle, Nicol Bolas.
Yeah, so the interesting ones are like the top, middle, and like right at the bottom, which is kind of weird.
Yes. Opposite
Because
ends.
that represents both Nicol Bolas and the Gatewatch at the bottom.
Yeah.
So maybe we kind of do those last because they're kind of known quantities, and we talk about the sort of unknowns
big-
in between.
That basically means we're going to be starting at the top and just kind of skipping Nicol.
Yeah,
And,
and then come
going
back to
down.
him. Yeah.
Okay, it's cool. Let's go.
So this person here, I can't remember if it's male or female. She is. I'm gonna call her she because I think it's a she. No, we're gonna call him a they.
Right.
Let's go with they, just to be
Yeah.
safe.
Just to be
They
safe.
they are from Amonkhet.
Oh, see, Amonkhet's one of those sets I wish I would have been playing when it came out.
Amonkhet was a
'Cause I-
really fun set.
Yeah, I really loved. I dig the general artistic direction vibe as well as a whole bunch of the play mechanics and interesting things about that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it
go
was
ahead.
super fun. So this is Samut.
Okay.
They were one of the last crop of soldiers that were trained. And from what I remember, they kind of rebelled against the whole process after one of their friends died. And they started questioning the whole process of being trained just to be part of this army for a pharaoh who may never appear, the pharaoh being Nicol Bolas, of course.
Right. Yeah, the Egyptian theme I've always had. My dad got me into archaeology at a very young age because it was a big thing of his, and he had a big like love of Egyptology and some of the
Yeah,
historical
it's
aspects behind it.
fascinating.
And that's one of the reasons why I really I saw Amonkhet after the fact. I was kind of like, oh man, because it really hits home with me, and there's a lot of the underlying themes and underlying currents of the game itself, even in game mechanics, that I thought was really interesting. So, yeah, it's super cool. So, okay, is it Samut?
Samut, yeah.
Samut, okay. Then we skip over Nicole,
Yep.
and we have in the top right corner. Who is this person?
This is Ashiok, the Nightmare Weaver.
Whoa, that's a title.
I'm not too familiar with them, to be honest.
Okay.
I know who they are, but aside from that, I'm kind of I know that she's black and blue. Samut is red green, if I remember rightly, for the record, in case anyone's keeping track. Ashiok's white, blue, black. But that's kind of all I remember.
Yeah. Okay. Then next row.
So this character here is somebody that we are not sure about.
Right, one of the new people that have no names yet.
There are people thinking it might be Elspeth Tyrell. There's other people that think it might be Estrid of the Many Masks, but it's not. We're not 100% sure yet.
So unknown quantity. Okay.
Yeah, it's completely unknown. I mean, aside from a little bit of blue light, that could be anything.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting a more of an arcane rather than a physical. There's certain planeswalkers that strike you as they're going to raise their hand and call down some amazing spell to do something. Yeah. There's other planeswalkers like that right in the middle of the screen right now. The wonderful mohawk laden person. It looks like they're just going to pick up something and smash
it with it.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. I definitely get a more of an arcane vibe, not a physical, not a warrior vibe.
Definitely,
that new lady. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm ruling out Elspeth, because Elspeth was very, very martial. She was a knight. She did knighty things.
I'm not really getting a knighty vibe off of that.
No, it's a definite wizard vibe.
But then you said, what was the other characters? Some of the many faces?
Estrid of the Many Masks.
Many Masks. I'm not getting a mask vibe or a Mini Masks vibe off that either. So
no, neither am I. Which leads me to believe this is somebody new.
Yeah, totally new. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Okay.
So, this dude in the middle is Domri Raid from the new set. He's been around before, but he most recently appeared in Ravnica Allegiance.
Yeah, I'm getting a very proactive, combat-centric character kind of vibe from them.
Yeah, he's the leader of the Gruul clans.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Gruul. I know who Gruul is. Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very, very much smash you.
Gruul is one of the new mechanics. What was it, Haste? No, I mean
Riot.
Riot?
Yeah.
Riot. I really like that, where you could choose either Haste or a +1/+1 counter. I thought that was a super dynamic, early game to late game, always useful kind of a thing.
It's a great
for
mechanic.
A new game mechanic. Yeah, it's a really good mechanic. I was really impressed by Gruul in the newest set.
Yeah.
So
likewise.
right next to Domre is the one of the
newer,
one of the newer ones, but known quantity newer.
Yeah, he was introduced in a short story by Brandon Sanderson of all people.
Okay. Who's Brandon Sanderson?
He wrote the Mistborn trilogy, finished off Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time.
Right.
And he's most currently working on Words of Radiance. No, the Stormlight Archive. One of the two.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. So Teo Verada, apparently a shield mage.
Cool.
Don't know much more about that.
Okay. Now, just below, next row.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Is this Ral that we were talking about?
This is Ral, yeah, the leader of the Izzet Guild.
He's the is it? I think he's, what is it? Ral? Is it Viceroy?
Is it Viceroy? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's technically Niv Mizzet leads the guild, but Ral kind of does the day-to-day stuff.
Viceroy is a really good historical word for that. So yeah. Okay. Awesome. Foxbot's playing Space Engineers.
I know.
What a nerd.
I know. What a
nerd. Lady in the middle, I am at a miss. You gave me a name earlier. Can't remember enough about her character.
In the middle, we have Tamio the Moon Sage. She is a Sortami from the plane of Kamigawa.
Oh, she's a Kamigawa character.
Yes.
Ah, okay, okay. That's another set that I thought was very interesting. I wish it was around when it came out, but I was not. So yeah,
It was fun. I really liked Kamigawa.
yeah.
That was the second block I played, because back then they still had blocks, and it was like three sets related, made a block, and it was all like set in the same
Yeah.
place with a story that continued through it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was the second block that I played fully.
I really like the. It looks like unrolled scrolls that
It
she's
is.
being surrounded
Yeah.
by. Yeah, and I love that interesting concept of a mage pulling out that scroll and it becomes functional beyond just holding the spell. If it's got something written onto it, it might actually become a physical barrier or a physical object woven into the spell. It might actually, bear the spell into
Yeah.
the real world, so to speak. I always love that kind of imagery when they do that, where it's not just some fragile piece of paper, you take it out, roll it up, and you read it, and then roll it back up.
Yeah,
does
it actually
something.
does
It beco-
something beyond the whole
Yeah.
act of being read. Yeah, that would be cool.
And so I love that image of a caster being surrounded by their spell book, basically, like that. Very
Yeah.
interesting concept.
That's
It's like you
that-
can see the spells in action. So
Yeah.
cool.
This last guy, everyone should know.
Karn.
Karn.
Karn is he's a long-standing favorite of mine. I've always been fascinated by the artifact creature, the sentient mechanical, or the sentient inanimate, I guess, concept, and I always thought that was really interesting. But Karn just has so much personality from the perspective of, I can't remember if he's a total pacifist, but he doesn't like harming things if he doesn't need to.
He started
remember.
off that way.
Yeah, he's probably not that way
I
anymore.
think once New Phyrexia came around, he kind of changed a little bit. But I was not playing at that point, so I don't know.
Dark Preacher says, what would be really interesting if one of the unknowns turned out to be Mishra. That name rings a bell.
He was Urza's brother.
Urza Mishra, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, Karn, I've always had kind of a long-standing affection for, just because of the personality they've kind of attributed to him. Some of the quotes that he actually has in MTG Arena are pretty hilarious. When you put him out on the battlefield, there's this one point where he says, "Don't speak to me of patience until you have lived 100 years as a statue."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great line. I really love that. It's an interesting perspective.
Dragon Racer with the 25 bits.
Do your cards total over 9,000? In effectiveness, actually. a few of them
Probably,
did,
yeah.
Yeah.
Karn
Okay.
actually carries Venser's Spark. Venser gave up his Spark to empower Karn.
Okay.
Urza
Who's
gave
that?
up his Spark to destroy Wrath, I want to say.
Okay. So-
Venser was he was a metal artificer on Dominaria that suddenly became a planeswalker, and something happened on Mirrodin, and he gave up his Spark to give to Karn so that he could do something
Yeah.
to do with Phyrexia. I can't remember.
Mr. Roos says Karn is such an old character from the older days of Magic. Yeah, Karn was
Yeah.
around way back in like 2002, 2003 when I last played.
Yeah, Karn's been around for a while.
Yeah. And I do remember characters like Mishra and Urza and some that go way back to the beginning of the game. But at the time, there wasn't such a thing as a Planeswalker as a card mechanic. They were lore characters, and you would see something named after them or, created by them
Yeah.
or creations. Like from Urza.
Well,
there's a lot
Urza
of
created
guys.
Karn, for
Yeah,
instance.
exactly. And
And the Weatherlight.
yes, and Weatherlight was amongst some of the last sets that I actually played. Actually, basically, if funny enough. But yeah, I've Karn's always had a special place for me. He's the one that I use currently in M2GA as my kind of player icon, because I just everybody else is color aligned characters and color aligned this and that, and Karn is the kind of the neutral, kind of the colorless.
Is it because Karn doesn't have a color?
Kind of. That is the kind of the running gag, but it's
Yeah.
also because I kind of identify him with him. There's a point where, there's a point in, I don't know if all high schools do this, but in my high school, we actually had to go through and read Sun Tzu's The Art of War.
Oh, we didn't do that. I read that voluntarily.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Some people read it voluntarily. I've gone back through and reread it, parts of it over the years.
I have a copy of it
But
on my bookshelf.
I used to, and then I moved and lost it several years back. I need to get a new one. But Sun Tzu's The Art of War. There's several points in that book where they talk about merits of patience on the battlefield. If you stand by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will wash past you. And I think the ultimate in the exercise of patience and just standing and waiting until the opportune time is Karn.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
it's one of the reasons why he resonates so closely.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So back in the early days of the games, it was assumed that the player was the planeswalker. Yeah, that's what I remembered. I remembered referring to players as planeswalkers way back when. I'm not sure if that's still.
I think that's still the case. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do remember that. So yeah. Okay, so we can harp on Karn all day. Next row.
So this lady on the right was just starting over here for brevity's sake because we know nothing about this person.
Yes,
this is the
that's
other one of the unknowns that we don't
Yeah.
know.
So I am getting a bit of a kind of a lady of some kind vibe off of that, given the outfit.
Yeah. I'm getting
but
a kind of
that-
Greek/Chinese feel.
Yes, I was about to say, the outfit itself, the clothing has a bit of a Greek feel to it, especially when you look at the boots that have those, plate discs right at knee level.
Yep.
That is very much kind of an old Roman Greek kind of an aspect.
Yeah, and then she has the Chinese rice paddy hat on, and you're like,
hat.
eh?
Yeah, exactly. The farming hat. It's very interesting. I could see it looks like from the neckline up, it looks like the clothing kind of continues, like there is some kind of a mask over their face. You can't see their face. It is in the shadows. Maybe that is that person of the many masks that we were talking about earlier.
It's possible, yeah.
Because if I'm, hearing somebody that has that kind of a title, I'm going to get more of a kind of a sneaky subterfuge, not necessarily sneaky like assassin kind of but subterfuge and confusion and deception and that kind of stuff. And I definitely get that vibe from a character with their face being shielded and covered up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's nice artwork. I think, give them that much.
It's
this
very nice artwork.
Sword / whatever it is.
I'm looking at that as a kind of a gladius sized, kind of a medium.
Yeah,
sword.
sort of extended down here, and this is like a swish from where she swung it.
Yeah, it's like a crackle of energy that's following past it as she just whipped it through the air. So yeah, I'm very curious to see who some of these characters turn out to be sure. Now, to the left of her is Tybalt.
Yes, the infamous.
Yeah. And then that was, what is it, Jaya Ballard?
Jaya Ballard, yeah.
Yeah, on the left. I can remember things. Hooray! I don't know much about Jaya. I very little, in fact.
Jaya is a task mage from Dominaria. I believe she taught Chandra how to pyromancer.
Okay.
Task mages are a very specific type of mage where they're basically mercenaries for hire, and they learn a very small subset of spells to enable them to do their mercenary stuff. And Jaya obviously focuses on flames and fire and blowing shit up.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. She's got some really cool artwork in the current sets of MTGA. So yeah.
I think Dominaria is the first time we saw her as a planeswalker.
Oh. She was character before that, but not.
Yeah, she was mentioned before that, but I don't think she'd ever had a card before Dominaria.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty recent then.
Yeah.
So, next row below.
Do we start with one everyone hates, or do we work from left to right?
Let's go left to right and make them stir and brew on it for a while.
So this is Kiora. She is a merfolk from the plane of Theros, which was the Greek-themed plane. She has the Bident of whoever the Therosian water god was.
Right.
I can't remember his name. Their name. But yeah, that weapon that you see her holding there is the Bident of a god, and can control the waves of Theros.
Interesting. Okay. Then next over?
Soren Markov. I can't remember if he's the first vampire ever, but he's one of the first vampires.
Right.
He was one of the guys responsible for locking up the Eldrazi in the moon of inside Zendikar.
Yeah. Now, I as somebody that has played the older sets, I do remember lots of cards like Markov Vampire or Markov this, Markov that.
Yes, he's the progenitor of that one.
Aha, okay, there we go. So that's interesting one right there.
Yeah, he's also one of the oldest planeswalkers in existence.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have pinned that on him, but I guess that makes sense if he's a vampire, especially. I've never been 100% sure, having the status of being a planeswalker, if that imbued somebody with certain levels of longevity or whatever.
I believe it does, but it seems to vary depending on what they need it to do. It seems very much to be a plot mechanic rather than an actual hard limit.
Yeah. Okay. Then, of course, to the right, Soren is
everyone's favorite time mage, Teferi.
Yes, the guy
Teferi
that
of
annoys people a
Zhalfir.
lot. Yeah, he is. I would say he's very powerful, not just because he's a time mage, but he seems like he is given the weight of being some kind of one of the more powerful mages of some caliber.
Yeah,
At least to me, I get that impression.
So when back in the day, there used to be a spell that was cast that kept certain planes in certain alignments to stop them all basically collapsing on top of each other. At some point that was broken, and the plane of Dominaria and the plane of Wrath started to merge together, and Teferi literally phased out half of Dominaria to save it from being merged with Wrath.
Wow. Okay.
So he literally took chunks of the plane and just phased it out. Went, nope, you can't have it.
Not yours. Not
he is insanely powerful.
Yeah.
Teferi is also one of my favorite lore characters.
And rightly so. A very interesting perspective on things. Okay. So, coming to the next row, I can spot a Johnny.
Yep.
And Dovin?
Yep.
I don't know who the one on the left is again.
Angrath.
Told me, I forgot. Angrath, that's right. Angrath is one of those names that doesn't crop up a lot for me. Or at least it doesn't go back very far for me, so I'm not sure.
He's only from Ixalan. He's very recent.
Oh, okay. He's very recent.
He is, yeah. Angrath, Pirate Dad. He's traveling the plains to save his daughters.
Okay, that's cool.
That's literally his thing.
Very combat-centric, martial-looking character. Chain wrapped fist, a nice big hammer axe-looking thing in his left hand. Yeah, the horns, the general angry attitude. Looks like he can step into the middle of combat and mess you up. So
definitely, yeah. He's black-red.
That seems fitting for a Minotaur.
So yeah, kind of cool character. I like his card. His Planeswalker card's kind of nice.
Yeah. I actually don't know if I have his Planeswalker card. Then Dovin. Let's talk about
Dovin.
Let's talk about Dovin.
Dovin originally appeared in Kaladesh. He did things with Thopters, is what I remember.
Okay, well I see what
which
look
is
like
these little bugs are. I think are supposed to be his Thopters.
Yeah, I was about to say it looks like he's got some with him of some kind.
Yeah, he was very much a sort of artificery type in Kaladesh, but then like 80% of Kaladesh was so.
Yeah. Now the reason why Dovin sticks out in my mind, specifically, well, A, he's got some very cool blue cards, but B, or at least blue cards that have him in the artwork. Let me put it that way.
Yes.
But B, the reason why he sticks out in my head is he is one of the people that you mentioned specifically to me, us going through artwork, and you stating, oh, he's got that glow in his eyes.
Yeah, he still does, even in this picture.
Yeah. And you were talking about purple glow that indicates that he is in service to Nicol Bolas.
Yeah, it was something that happened. It's happened a few times where like Nicol Bolas has been in control of somebody. Like if you look at the artwork for In Bolas's Clutches,
Dominaria card.
well, then it doesn't actually have purple eyes in it. I could have sworn she had purple eyes. There are other cards that have shown somebody where Nicol Bolas has been influencing them using his mind magic.
Yeah.
And Nicol Bolas's own magic has always been a sort of purple colour. So a lot of people saw that on both Dovin and Kaya in their new Planeswalker cards. And kind of said, look, they've got purple eyes, that might be a hint of Bolas's control.
Interesting. Okay. So we think we're fairly sure that when War of the Spark hits, we know what side of the fence Dovin's.
Well, there are 10 guilds on Ravnica, and we know which sides all 10 are on, because 5 of them are controlled by Bolas's pawns and 5 aren't.
Okay. Well, hey, that works out very evenly.
I know, right?
It's almost like it was planned.
It's almost like it was planned that way.
Okay. Yeah. So Dovin is one of the ones that are going to be on Nicol Bolas's side.
Yeah. So he's going to be joined by Vraska, Ral, Dovin, Kaya, and Domri, I think is the fifth one.
Kaya runs
Orzhov. Sorry, Orzhov.
Okay. Orzhov. Yeah. She runs Orzhov. She took over the Ghost Council.
Yes, by killing them viciously. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So next from Dovin is my man Ajani.
Ajani, yeah. Ajani's an
got
interesting character.
I like the most of the things that have Ajani's name on it have effects that fall within a very narrow field.
Life gain?
And
getting bigger from life gain?
And or life gain centric, if not life gain directly.
Yeah.
Like when you gain life, And it's one of those just absolute simplest mechanics that I have always been in favor of and really liked, and it really resonated with me. The concept of, if you want to live longer, get more life.
Yes.
It's straightforward. It's simple. There's nothing complicated about it. So I've always kind of liked Ajani and the Ajani branded thing.
Have you seen his Mentor of Heroes card?
I don't think I have. No. Oh, Preacher just unlocked his vault apparently. Ajani Mentor of Heroes. What set is this from?
This is from M19, I believe.
Distribute 3+1/+1 counters among.
No, this is from Lara. I can't actually remember.
With 3 target creatures you control. And then another +1. Look it up to 4 cards on top of your library. You may reveal an aura, creature, or planeswalker card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. That's cool. Then just -8. Gain 100 life.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you were talking about like gaining life, I'm like, Yes.
Yeah, that seems pretty straightforward. I'll take one, please.
Yeah.
So
basically, Ajani sort of went away from the Gatewatch for a little bit after the events of Theros, because he was very close to Elspeth, who died on Theros. And when that kind of happened, he was like, okay, I'm going to go off and sort of do my own thing. You'll call me when you need me, kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
And since then, he's been gathering up planeswalkers and heroes and sort of training them to sort of fight Bolas.
Right.
So I'm kind of hoping that one of the two unknowns that we have here is somebody that Ajani's actually found and sort of trained, because that would be cool.
An apprentice of Ajani.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that would be neat.
That would be very cool lore-wise. That would be very cool. The leader, the teacher, comes back with students. That could be awesome. Yeah. Okay. So let's bump down a row. This is another character that I don't know the name of. I know I've seen them in some of the more
This one?
recent cards, I think. Yeah.
So this is Arlen Cord, I believe. She is a werewolf from Innistrad.
Right, that's right.
I think she was the first planeswalker that had a transforming card that was a planeswalker on both sides.
The flip cards.
Yeah. I believe both sides of her card were a planeswalker, and one represented her human form and one represented her werewolf form.
Yeah, that was a set of cards. Innistrad is another set that I would love to like do get a whole bunch of friends together and do like a draft of. The
Innistrad was
Innistrad
amazingly fun to draft.
Yeah, I think it could be really, really fun. I've seen Loading Ready Run do it before, and they don't get a lot of the flip cards, but the flip cards always seem like an interesting concept, you know?
I wish they would do cubes in Arena, so that you can actually just build a set and get people down together and just draft it. You can do it in Magic the Gathering Online, but it's not in Arena.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if that's something they're working on adding as a game mechanic over the course of the year.
I'd hope so, yeah.
Because, you know, MTGA is still very fledgling, very new, and they've already kind of innovated and added some pretty major groundbreaking stuff, like being able to challenge players directly.
Yep.
You know,
Now you can do both best of one and best of three, which is great.
Right. And I wouldn't be surprised if initially they had, like they have drafts, if they had cubes, and that's how they answered the question of some of the legacy cards.
Yeah.
Let's do a cube event that has some of these legacy cards in it, and we can kind of test it to see in short span in a small arena in kind of an enclosed space. Oh, what would happen if we did a cube that had a few of these older cards in it?
That would be
and
neat.
then they can kind of then they can expand from there, you know.
Yeah, that would be neat.
They could get somebody like, you know, Day 9 or Merchant or somebody else to, you know, kind of make their cube that they would do. And you could do do Day 9's cube draft event or whatever, stuff like that. I think it'd be really neat.
That would be cool, actually.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be shocked if that's by end of year, you know, because I mean we have to think longer term with MTGA. I
we
think
have rotation coming this year as well, so
right. So it seems to me like they are looking at making MTGA the long-term sure bet platform, and they're going to slowly start taking things out of, or taking some of their chips, so to speak, Vegas style, off of MTG Online. Yeah. I think they're going to shift it from online to Arena. That's kind of the vibe I've been getting.
I would agree.
You know, yeah, we'll see. I think it could be cool. Anyway, okay. Scary person in the middle. Who is that?
This is Obnixilis. He used to be a human, and he did some bad shit and turned into a demon.
Wow.
I can't remember the full storyline, but that is effectively it.
That's got to be some pretty bad stuff.
And then he got his demon taken out, and then he did something and got it back. Something along those lines.
So what I keep hearing is that he keeps doing really bad things.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
He is not a nice person.
What was your first tip?
The fact that he looks like a demon.
Yes, exactly. Can't judge a book by its cover. Yes, I can, mother.
You can in that case, yes.
Yeah. Okay, next over. I don't know.
This is Zhang something or other. He is one of two planeswalkers that were developed exclusively for China.
Interesting.
Wizards did a set of dual decks that were specifically done for China. So it was Zhang versus Mu something or other, and one was basically green and one was blue, I believe. And this is the green dude.
Berg says, "I'm a horrible human being. Prove me wrong." Berg, there's a difference between being a horrible human being and being horrible at being a human being. Those are two different things.
Yeah, there's a difference between that and being so bad at being a human you become a demon.
Yes, being so bad at being a human, being such a bad human that they don't want you to actually be one and represent them anymore. So they kick you off the team and you become a demon. Yes, that's pretty far afield from anything you can accomplish, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry to break it to you.
Yes, sorry. Aim high and all that, but no. Okay. So, real quick pause. All of these cards, all these planeswalkers, Dang nabbit, he says. All of the cards all these planeswalkers we're going over so far are going to have at least one printing as a card in the new set?
Yes, every single one of them will be printed in the new set.
Okay.
All 36
all of these that I've not messed with, like the ones from Amonkhet and so on and so forth, and Innistrad, will suddenly get new iteration.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so this is going to be a severely Planeswalker heavy set.
If Super Friends is not an archetype in War of the Spark, I will eat my shoes.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a nice steak sauce maybe that we could get for your shoes. But we'll
like with 36 Planeswalkers, one in every single pack, Super Friends is going to be a thing. It has to be. This is the perfect set for it. It practically says, build Super Friends.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go down a row for the next set of Planeswalkers. Now, right away, the one on the person on the left, I get vibes of Ixalan.
Yes, that's Huatli, the warrior poet from Ixalan.
Oh, well, there you go. Because there's a raptor in the background. It's kind of a giveaway.
Yes, it's more
plus
of a
the nice
T-Rex.
feathered outfit. Is it what?
It's more of a T-Rex, but
is it?
Yeah, that's
it's got that.
It's
it's got that. It's got that frill or line of feathers going down its neck, and T-Rexes don't really do that, especially in Ixalan. They don't really. Some of the bigger ones might have a big kind of a frill, but most of them are not decorated creatures. That's usually the small to medium-sized stuff, like raptors or polyraptors or whatever the case.
She may have gotten a new one, but she did used to ride a T-Rexy type thing.
Yeah. Also, that one doesn't look too far in the background, and the size difference is not that big.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, so Huatli from Ixalan.
Yes.
That is very interesting. The warrior poet. I like the outfit, the flowing kind of. It looks like feathers. They may not actually be feathers. They might be stylized.
I think
but it looks like that. Yeah, that outfit that she's wearing. Really cool, interesting, rounded kind of a chest plate, like a lot of the decorative seals that you'll see in some of the
Dragon Racer
buildings. So yeah, it's cool. Okay. So next, in the middle right there, who is that?
That is Sarkin Vol.
Where is he from? What?
Do
you remember?
Gee, he's been around. Did he first come out in Tarkir?
Great Poupon, huh? Tarkir, I don't know.
I think he may have been I'm not sure. He likes dragons, though.
Right. I'm seeing some...
in case that wasn't obvious.
Yeah, I'm seeing some either smaller-sized drakes or... I don't think they can count as wyverns because it looks like they have front
They have front legs, yeah.
Yeah, front legs separate from their wings, so... They're not wyverns. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm guessing those are drakes or dragonlings or something,
Possibly,
younger, smaller-sized ones.
Whelps.
Yeah. Well, I've always been under the impression that a whelp is basically just a baby dragon.
Yes, effectively.
Whereas if you have a drake, it's not necessarily a younger dragon. It could be a separate, smaller breed.
True.
So, again, this is one of these things where you could get 10 different fantasy novels from 10 different worlds, and it's going to be slightly different in every single one. So I don't think there's a hard and fast rule.
Yeah,
the only rule I've heard is wyverns and front legs. That's the only one I've heard.
That's basically the only one I've heard. And worms, which don't have legs at all.
At all, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm. He looks like a mean guy. He looks like he's a pretty bad dude.
Yeah.
Like there's probably a castle that's got fire and lava flowing over it and blood or something,
possibly
overflowing the walls.
He's been fairly integral to the lore till now as well.
Yeah.
As in, he went back to the past and changed the past so that Ugin didn't die and the Eldrazi actually got sealed.
That seems like you shouldn't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, you kind of had to.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Next from him is
Saheeli Rai, also from Kaladesh.
Okay.
She was kind of broken.
What do you mean?
There was a combo in Kaladesh with Saheeli and one of the cats that basically meant you could play infinite spells per turn, and then there was another mechanic that anytime you played a spell, you gained a life for each spell you played that turn.
Wow.
So you could basically loop these two cards, which would effectively then let you win the game. It was horrible.
Yeah. Ferg says death by technicolored spike magic. She's an angry Bob Ross. Happy little deaths. And the last year that we were talking about, the last Planeswalker of Dark Preacher said this might be Lathless Offspring. I don't know, maybe.
Possible, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, I get, and this is not a specific indictment of or, commentation of, but I kind of get she is holding up and weaving lines of energy coming in. Like that is kind of supposed to be
not unfair. Yeah.
Multicolored kind of like streaks of magic coming in through the air, arcane energy. That she's weaving into some kind of orb in her hand.
Yep.
That's kind of the impression that I get.
Would not be far off. Yeah. Kaladesh was the block that introduced energy as a concept.
Oh yeah. Okay. Energy counters.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And if I remember rightly, Saheeli's Planeswalker, one of her abilities is let you add energy. So yeah,
okay.
you're probably not far wrong there.
Yeah. This does, of course, bring to light a lot of questions about these Planeswalkers that came from sets that have mechanics we don't use anymore.
Yes.
What's going to happen? Are they going to embrace those mechanics, and this set's going to be just super complicated? Or
I can't see that happening.
Or are they just going to not bring those mechanics back?
Yeah,
just use other things to fill those slots, so to speak. Because these aren't old cards getting reprinted; these are new cards, so they can pick new abilities and new power combinations.
Yep, definitely.
So they're not tied to bringing back the old mechanics, but if they did use them heavily in previous sets when they were either created or last printed, question mark.
Yeah.
So.
I think for cards like Saheeli, who've only ever been printed one other time, they have a lot more leeway to show that sort of growth from that point to this point. Whereas for somebody like Sorin, who's had like 3 or 4 cards printed, that's a lot more of a view into who Sorin is as a person / planeswalker / immortal god.
Tighter boundaries. To work with that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, so let's go to the next row. Left to right.
This is Narset. I'm not entirely sure where she came from originally. She's blue-white, I believe. Not 100% sure about very much of her, but she does have a really good element on her original card.
Yeah.
Which basically gives you an emblem that says opponents can't play non-creature spells.
Ooh. That's rough.
Yeah.
Okay.
She seems kind of rough.
Yeah. Okay. And then next to her is Chandra?
No, this is Nahiri.
No, that's Nahiri. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that kind of the short hair, the spiky kind of a, angry look, and it's got the balls of energy around her hands. I'm like, oh, Chandra.
Nahiri's a lithomancer.
What's a lithomancer?
A stone mage.
Okay. That makes sense. Actually, yeah. I can go with that wording. Sure.
She was one of the 3 planeswalkers. It was herself, Sorin, and Ugin who imprisoned the Eldrazi in prisons made of stone.
Okay.
Effectively. They basically made a network of these things called Hedron stones that contained the power of the Eldrazi, and it was Nahiri that kind of forged them under Ugin's guidance, and Sorin just contributed power.
There is actually a really good word to fit a stone prison. It's an oubliette.
Yeah, true.
A kind of a stone, a sealed away kind of a place where you put somebody to basically forget about them. Normally they're holes that you toss people around.
That's a really old card.
Yeah, what, oubliette? Yes, oubliette's an old card. I remember oubliette. Okay. Then to the right of that is
Ugin, currently a spirit dragon because he sort of died.
Yeah, sort of died.
When I say sort of
Ugin is
died.
actually well, you said he died, but then what's his name went back to change the past?
Yeah, so he didn't die quite so much, and then he died anyway.
So it was all pointless, is what you're saying. All for naught.
His spirit is trapped in the timeline? Question mark, exclamation mark, slash head explodes?
Yeah. It's very complicated, is what you're saying.
Basically, yeah.
He's living impaired, is what it says. It's a good way to phrase it. Yeah, so Ugin is Nicol Bolas's brother?
Yes.
The horns are a bit of a giveaway, again.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Now, it looks like I see either a really messed up mountain line, a line of mountains behind him,
Yes.
or what look like his wings in a really strange position.
These things here?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are his wings.
Oh, okay.
Ugin, interestingly, was the first colorless planeswalker.
Really? Okay, that's interesting to know.
He's a
I wonder if they're
colorless
going to
planeswalker.
stick. I wonder if they're going to stick with that then, and on the same theme.
I imagine
that's one of those
so.
things, where they could break the boundaries a little bit, but if he's got so much lore and so much kind of pre-established, not mechanics per se, but pre-established style, let's label it as style, then they have to work within that same kind of a boundary. So he'll probably be colorless again.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
Okay.
He's
Cool,
also
cool.
insanely expensive.
As a card?
Yeah, it's like $80.
Oh my god, that is insanely expensive.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, it sounds like he's pretty.
He's kind of
interesting
powerful.
as well.
I mean, given that he's Nicol Bolas's brother, that's the sort of
Yeah.
power level we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So down one row, we have somebody else that is new, but we know something about them, or at least a little bit of something.
Yeah, it's Darviel Kane. He's been mentioned before. He came from somewhere, went to Innistrad.
Right. Okay. I actually do get an Innistrad vibe from him, even if he's not from there. I do get that kind of flavor.
Yeah, he apparently took over a mansion and made it all evilist.
Okay. He just eviled the place up all.
Basically, yeah. He has an entity in his mind that is supposed to be like the world soul of a plane.
Wow. But we don't know what plane.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Do we even know where they're originally from?
I don't believe so.
Ooh. Okay, so there's some mystery that could be led into or played into there. That's interesting. I like it when they leave loose threads like that have you raise questions.
Yeah.
I think there is such a thing as over specifying and over lore. Lorifying? That's not a word. Overwriting.
I was going to say, are you going to say lorifying here?
Yeah, over specifying and overwriting your lore. I do think there's such a thing where you can write and
Write yourself
lore
into
too
a
much.
corner?
Yes, and
Yeah.
it removes mystery and removes a lot of the creativity left in the players' minds. Where, you've got this mysterious creature that comes from somewhere, you don't know where. You don't need to really write in past that. Just leave it as a question mark for a while. Let it dwell. Let it sit. So that's interesting. So
Yeah,
okay,
I am
next
really
up-
interested to see who this is.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. It's definitely there's a black something vibe off of that.
Definitely
character.
black, yeah.
Yeah, black question mark, black blue, black white, but yeah. Okay, so next is Vraska.
Everyone's favorite Gorgon, yeah. Vraska.
Yeah. My only favorite Gorgon, for the record. Okay. A very kind of I don't want to say regal, but there is almost a kind of a royal or kind of a ball gown kind of a look to that outfit.
Yeah, it is a very striking outfit.
Of course, it also does have a certain amount of like seaweed kind of a look to it, but that might be a different conversation. Yeah, the high shoulder that's got those. Actually, you know what? No, I do get a very big sea vibe off of that because I could see shells being used
Like
for that
mollusk
part coming up
shells,
the
yeah.
right of her torso. Yeah, and she's got that really big crested piece on her right shoulder that definitely looks like it could be made out of something like shell based or coral or something like that. And then the running ribbons of seaweed, the kelp kind of leaves coming off. I am getting a very big sea vibe off of that, which is weird because she's black green. But
Yeah. She was a pirate
yeah.
for a while, though.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Actually, no, there's mermaids in green. Yeah. I mean, she's not one. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you know,
there are
maybe-
merfolk in green. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there are merfolk in green. If you look down and to the actually just below what would be her left hand on the right side of the photo, there is a head of a person that's either crouched down or it looks like question mark they're swimming past or crawling past her. You can see the face with the tendrils coming off of it.
Could be.
Yeah, I think it's very, very interesting. I don't know if that's another Gorgon, like as a
It
person.
looks distinctly Gorgon-esque, yeah.
Yeah, but it looks distinctly Gorgon-esque. And then there's a castle up on a what I would guess would be a mountainside or a high hill or something directly behind her, looming in the background. Very interesting composition
Yeah.
because it seems like it's a mixture of a couple of different things.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what direction they go with her.
Yeah, yeah. I've always been a big proponent of Vraska as a character in terms of just attitude and general style and mechanics. A lot of her cards I like. There's a couple of they're kind of but there's a couple of them that I think are really good, really solid, and I really like playing with them. So, I'm always a big thumbs up.
Yeah, Vraska has had quite a few good offerings in the last couple of sets.
Okay, so cool. Next up, the ghost base, just the ghost killer.
Ghost
herself.
Assassin, yeah, Kaya.
Yeah, the ghost assassin Kaya. She greatly streamlined Orzhov politics, and she's in charge now.
Yeah.
Now, is she one of the people that under influence?
Supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she is on the Bolas side of the fence.
She is.
Not on the
As is
Gatewatch side
Vraska,
of the fence.
for the record.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Right next to each other.
we think.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of this is theory. We don't really
Well,
know for sure.
in the case of Vraska, so at the end of the Ixalan block, Vraska finds the
Yeah.
Immortal Sun, which is what Nicol Bolas has been looking for, to trap all of the Planeswalkers in one place so that you can, I'm assuming, eat them all.
Yum yum.
Which I believe is going to be the central plot for War of the Spark, is that Bolas has
Right.
somehow lured the Planeswalkers to this plane, and because he has the Immortal Sun, they cannot escape.
So the spark itself, the War of the Spark, the naming inherent in this comes back to each planeswalker having a kind of a spark of magic within them, right?
Yes, yeah.
And killing a planeswalker and stealing their spark.
I
would mean
believe
that-
that is what it's going to be revolving around.
Yeah, so the war for Nicol Bolas stealing as many of these sparks as possible to absorb them and make him more powerful? Question mark.
Yes, I kind of assume
okay.
that's his plan.
Right.
Although
then-
Nicol Bolas' spark is not his own spark either.
Really? Whose spark is
He lost his spark and he has somebody else's.
Borrowing it, rent to own, leasing it? Do we know?
There was a time paradox, I believe.
Gonna have to go look it up somewhere. Liliana's contract. Return to Ugin's grave. Defeating Ugin again. Return to Ugin's grave. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Sova saved Naiva from Bolas' influence and tricked the Elder Dragon into thinking that Ugin's grave was targeted by the Immortal Sun to trap him away. This made him made him free Tarkia. Okay. So, basically,
blah blah blah. Yeah, because he was killed as he was the Emperor Madara by Tetsu Umezawa.
right. That sounds like Kamigawa block?
Yes, actually, Tetsu Umezawa is the descendant of Toshiro Umezawa, who was banished from Kamigawa by the Managers of Knight's Reach for being a sarcastic bastard, effectively, and not doing as he was
First after my own
told.
heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He took Venture Spark.
Who?
Bolas took Venture Spark. I thought Venture gave
Okay.
the Spark to Karn. Interesting.
Wait a minute. Doesn't Karn have Urza's spark?
Not sure. Let's find out.
Revisionist spark.
Might be
Okay.
yours as spark that Karn has.
Karn.
Do, do, do. Venser made the ultimate blah blah blah. Venser made the ultimate sacrifice. With his last remaining mana, he gave his life and spark to Karn. So he casts Venser Spark. But so does Nicol Bolas.
Is that the time paradox thing they talked about?
I'm
with
confused.
Nicol Bolas's- Okay, there's some discrepancy in here somewhere. So okay, let's go back to the stained glass.
I think potentially Nicol Bolas used Venser Spark before it became a spark to reform his body, and then when it became a spark, Venser gave it back to, I don't know.
Yeah, something. Okay. So yeah, the two ladies on that line there,
Yes.
Kaya and Vraska, are going to be on Bolas's side.
We think in terms of Vraska.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah,
it
going
does-
back to the story.
Yeah.
She teamed up with Jace to find this. Jace down here, just FYI.
Yeah.
He's a mind mage.
Mhm.
She teamed up with Jace to find the Immortal Sun, and over the course of that whole adventure, they kind of bonded a little bit, and they came up with a plan to defeat Bolas. And then Vraska told Jace to remove her memories of it before giving the Immortal Sun to Bolas, so that he wouldn't be able to
Okay.
read her mind and know that she'd come up with this plan. So whether she actually stays on Bolas' side the whole time, or whether she defects over to the Gatewatch, is kind of up in the air at this point.
Wait, Vraska or
Vraska,
Kaya?
yeah.
Vraska. So Vraska might actually be a double agent.
Possibly, yeah.
Huh. All right. Interesting. So okay, let's skip on to Jace. That line down. Jace and his group.
Yes.
He's a mind mage.
Jace is
insert
one of
hypno-
the most paid
Insert hypno jokes out
planeswalker
here.
ever.
One of the most played.
Yes. His original card, Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Oh, I've heard that card. Yeah.
It was kind of broken.
Okay.
I'm sure it was banned for a while as well, because it was sillily powerful.
Dark Preacher says Jace is a mind mage in the Living Guild pack. His word is law. What do
He is also now the Living Guild Pact, yes.
pack? Yeah. Okay.
So yes, in terms of being on Ravnica, his word is literally law.
Oh, okay.
But off of Ravnica, he's just a mind mage.
So, if he's walking down the street, he stops and decides suddenly, I'm going to declare hot dogs are now considered sandwiches. That has to go into law.
Yes.
That's weird. Okay, awesome.
He's more
they're not-
used to settle
not
disputes, though, rather than actual create laws, because that's the role of the Azorius. And he's more there as sort of the backup to the legal system. He sort of enforces it all through magical crap. I don't know. It's complicated.
Okay, the next from Jace is who?
Gideon Jura.
Okay, Gideon is one of those names that I have heard a lot of.
Yes, he was one of the founders of the Guildwatch, Gatewatch, along with
okay.
Jace and Nissa and Liliana.
Okay.
He is a white planeswalker that has a golden aegis and is thus invulnerable to harm unless your name is Nicol Bolas.
I was about to say, there's got to be a loophole in that somewhere, right?
Yeah, Nicol Bolas can apparently penetrate it. However, he now has the Black Blade, which was forged to effectively kill gods. And they believe it's the only weapon that they can use to kill Nicol Bolas with.
Dark Preacher says, interesting fact about Davrio Kane. He started life as an accountant. I think he's just making crap up at this point, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that's true.
Okay.
Davrio Kane.
Okay. Started life as an accountant.
Young accountant working ledgers for a partnership. Yeah, apparently was.
Oh my god. Okay, weird. Weird. Okay. Deborah Kane, combat accountant. Okay. Next from Gideon.
Liliana Vess.
Yeah.
She is a necromancer who sold her soul to 4 demons.
Yeah, Liliana, untouched by death.
It's one of her current cards, yeah.
One of the current cards. Yeah, okay. I love the imagery in the background behind her, the army kind of coming in behind. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, she's always been that whole, control giant massive zombies and throw them at people.
Yeah, it's a good trick. It works. So yeah, okay, that's cool. I know very little about her background. I just know her general vibe, her style, her
she was a healer on Dominaria until her brother was cursed by a witch, and then she became a necromancer to bring him back. If you played Dominaria, Josu Vess, Lich Knight, that's her brother.
Oh.
She then effectively started traveling the plains. She needed more power for something, and brokered a contract with 3 demons to sell her soul in exchange for more power. And then recently she's been going around killing them. On Dominaria she finally managed to kill the last of them, only to find that because Bolas brokered the deal, the contract defaulted to him, so he now owns Liliana.
Uh-oh.
Which is what in Bolas' Clutches depicts.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Huh. Okay, so Liliana. Next down from that in the next row.
Nissa Ravane. She's an elf druidy lady.
Okay.
Does green things.
Wait, Nissa is one of the Gatewatch founders.
Yes. Then she left in Zendikar? Amonkhet? One of the two? I think it was Amonkhet. Because of Liliana, I believe, actually. Because Liliana wanted to go off and do her own thing and kill her demons, and Nissa wanted to stop Bolas, so they kind of argued and Nissa left.
Okay. You can see the leaves and vines coming up from the ground beneath her feet. Very interesting.
Yes, she's very much a druidy type. A lot of her planeswalker cards dealt with either finding land and putting them on play, or turning land into creatures.
Okay. That's cool.
So
now
it could be interesting.
Next over has to be Chandra.
That is Chandra. You are correct.
Yes. Her head's on fire. That's a giveaway.
Her head is on fire.
Okay. I know Chandra and the general style and the general, again, same as Nissa. I don't know much about her backstory, though.
She was originally from Kaladesh. Her spark ignited really early on, if I remember rightly, because she was effectively a street urchin and things happened. And I believe she planeswalked to Dominaria and found Jaya Ballard, who effectively took her under her wing and taught her how to pyromancy.
Interesting. Okay.
And then she met up with the Gatewatch somehow and joined them.
Right.
To do good in the world. Go you.
So she's going to be definitively on the other side of the fence from Bolas.
Yes.
On the Gatewatch.
Very much
on the Gatewatch side. Okay, cool. And then next over, very last one, is Vivian.
Vivian Reed, yes.
Right. Everywhere I see her, she has this, it's a ghost wolf or a ghost bear or something like that, some animal spirit by her side.
Yes, her bow, the arc bow, summons the spirits of animals from her plane, which Bolas destroyed.
Okay.
So she doesn't like Bolas very often. She's not a member of the Gatewatch yet.
Oh, okay. She's not.
She just doesn't like Bolas because he kind of destroyed her plane.
Yeah. Okay.
She's a very nature-focused person. She wants to destroy civilization and return it to the nature from whence it came.
Right. Okay. That's pretty hardcore reclamation policy.
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all 36, 2 of which we have no backstory for. Another 2 we have names for. But
Names
that's about
for,
it.
yeah.
We don't know much. Okay.
One was an accountant.
Yes. Thank you. Debbie O'Kane, combat accountant. So as it stands right now, I'm trying to remember. Most sets, like Ravnica Allegiance, was what, 250 cards?
2 something like that. Yeah.
240, 250. It was somewhere in that neighborhood. I can't remember. I want to say it was 256 or 259 or something like that.
It was 259.
59. Hey, there we go. So, okay, if let's say it's 250, let's just do a basic rounding. If it's 250 for War of the Spark, and 36 of them are going to be printings of Planeswalkers.
Yes.
That's like it's approaching a fifth of the set is just going to be Planeswalkers.
Yes.
That's bonkers. Do we know if there's going to be any other Planeswalkers printed that are not on that listing of stained glass? That seems to be weird.
Believe not, but you never know.
Yeah. It seems to me that they put the effort to get the stained glass created. You know, the artwork for all of that they would just do those. I do wonder if they're going to use that artwork for those cards, though.
No, they've said that it's not. It's in this article, actually. The cards art will be different, though. In fact, the stained glass versions aren't appearing on cards at all, which seems like a waste.
That seems like a pretty huge waste.
Yeah, I know, right?
It makes me wonder if they can do special versions, like in MTGA, that would be alternate, art card versions of the cards that had that or something. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say how many cards there will be in the set, unfortunately.
Yeah, so, but that's I would guess at least 240 to 260 range somewhere with all set. Yeah. Especially if they're going through with a big storyline like what this seems to be, the War of the Spark. 36 cards. They're guaranteeing a Planeswalker in every booster pack.
Every booster pack contains a Planeswalker card. Yep.
Yeah, all Planeswalker cards are new, no reprints. Yeah. The set features one crazy element that has never been tried before. 36 Planeswalkers. Okay, so there's the hard number. The set is accompanied by the first major paper magic novel after an 8-year break. Each booster pack contains... Okay, so there's going to be a book coming out, too. That's cool.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
So they're pushing the storyline hard, it seems, which I'm all for.
Yeah, which is totally cool. Happy with that.
The set will focus on the culmination of the Bolas arc, simply using the world as a backdrop. Mark Westwater calls it an event set, meaning it's built around an event rather than the plane.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Jay Spiller, Chandra Noir.
Less than 5 weeks from now, says Preach.
Yeah.
Is it really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 6 weeks.
He miscounted. It's fine.
6 weeks, yeah. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Yep. So the same weekend that this is going to drop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure April 25th is Avengers Endgame release for UK at least.
Yeah.
Which I think is a Thursday.
If I could afford to fly over there and see it like a couple of weeks early, I'd 100% do so. So, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so War of the Spark, that's the general overview about what the storyline's going to be, all the players involved on a Planeswalker level.
Yeah, we should start getting spoilers with the next couple of weeks. I'm sure like early April they'll start. So we'll have
awesome.
More of that when that comes out.
Yeah, we can do some more spoiler card casts on that event when they start dropping. That's going to be awesome. I know for those of you that like to watch other people play Magic, like online, stuff like that, a big group that I follow is on Twitch and on YouTube. They're called Loading Ready Run.
Yeah, and they are pretty good.
Because they have a very nice community. That's one of the reasons why they are very big promoters of a community that accepts all people are welcome. No matter your status or diversity or gender or whatever. So they are really nice people, really good community. They do pre-releases, officially partnered with Wizards, and they have said they will have I think, a pre-release for War of the Spark, and there's a couple of other special sets coming out that are, oh gosh,
There's a new modern set coming out as well. Modern Horizons.
yeah, I think it is, yeah, and they're going to be doing a pre-release for Modern Horizons too, but they actually do draft sets.
Yeah, Modern Horizons.
Or sealed. They'll do whatever the event is specifically supposed to be for that set, because different sets are designed to be different ways. I'm trying to remember. I think it is I think that Modern Horizons is designed to be draft and not sealed. I think, if I remember right.
Possibly.
And so they talked about how it's going to be one of the first pre-releases. It's going to be a draft pre-release. Most of them are sealed for them.
Well, that'd be interesting.
But yeah, but they do on Twitch. They do these big long live streams that they then repost. You can watch as a VOD later, or they repost to their YouTube channel. And they have matches all day long. They have a really good layout, really good coverage, good camera work. They have a computer
I'm sure
that does.
the pre-release for Ravnica Allegiance is something like 6 hours long.
Yes, it is. It's over 6 hours,
Yeah.
and they have a computer that actually uses an overhead camera to do artwork recognition on the cards and scan a database that they have that can then pull up the card on stream actively. So people can play a card, they slide into this little spot on the table, and it'll come up as one of the actual things on stream art.
Oh, really?
So you can
That's
see,
awesome.
yeah, it's really good. It's a really good overlay. They have a really good setup for it. That's one of the reasons why I like watching it, is because they'll put the card over there and you can read the card real quick, actually read what is being played, and it updates a lot better and a lot quicker than a lot of the stuff like Deckmaster, which, has to get, they have to have some kind of an update or a reference for the software.
Yeah.
So so Loading Ready Run does it themselves, and it's really well done. So, but I would definitely be watching the War of the Spark PPR if they're going to do one. I think it's going to be pretty dope. So, yeah, I cannot wait. I think it's going to be fun. I'm all over War of the Spark storyline. I think it's going to be really interesting.
It should be really
follow
interesting. Yeah.
that. Yeah. So
I would agree.
yeah, awesome. Okay. Well, I guess then the next question is: we've gone an hour and a half.
I know. Right?
Call it here, or we could tinker around a little bit.
I mean, I don't have anything planned, so I can keep going.
Okay, let's see if we can
flip over
make a quick something real quick and see what we can do. Look, Planeswalkers.
I know, right? Planeswalkers.
Yeah. Chandrajaya, Sarkhan, Fire Blood. Okay, yeah. Vraska, Scheming Gorgon. I think Scheming Gorgon one is the one that I'm not impressed with. Can't remember.
Maybe a
Watley,
Raptor,
there's
actually.
one. Yeah, see, that's the thing that she's riding that as a mount. That's the thing behind her that you can see with that feathered plume coming off the back of its head. I think that's what's behind her in the artwork. Yeah.
It actually has a card as well.
The ride does?
Yeah.
Sun-blessed mount. See,
It
that
does
doesn't
look
have
very
the plume.
Raptory, but it has a metal headpiece on though.
Yeah,
that one.
that's a good point. The helmet might be blocking that, yeah. That looks raptory to me. That does
Yeah,
not
that does look Raptory.
You see the forearms?
The feather
the
forearms,
arms and the
yeah.
forearms. Yeah. And it's got the tail with a little feathery thing coming out like a
Yeah,
whip.
you could be right.
Yeah. Whatley, a card named Whatley Dinosaur Knight. Reveal it. What? Yeah.
It's from the Planeswalker decks, and all the Planeswalker
Mm.
decks have an effect that lets you search for the Planeswalker off that deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do we
okay.
want to brew something? Do we want to use a
Well,
deck?
do you have anything particularly interesting that you've been working on? Azorius Aggro, Captive Treasure. Hydra Gatesis. Okay.
Yeah.
There's one in all caps, Stare into the Void.
That was your deck.
Stare into the Void, was it? Does it work?
It was the one that we tried to build around Chainer's Torment and the Gatebreaker.
I still want to make that work. I think it'd be great.
Yeah,
You get some
I need to fiddle with this. I haven't actually looked at it in quite a long time, basically since we built it.
Singleton Super Friends.
Yeah, this is why I have like one copy of so many Planeswalkers.
Mm-hmm. Singleton Super Friends.
It's because they're all in here.
Good grief. I wonder what the rare and mythic count on this deck is. Nuts.
I don't know. It doesn't actually tell you, which is
Yeah, there's no way to check, which I think is weird, but whatever.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Okay, so Preacher's got an Orzhov deck that he would love to get your opinion on. We can look at that if you wanted to.
There's a lot of rares.
A lot of rares.
I like Orzhov. Orzhov's fun. Where's the export one? Export deck.
Let's take a look at it and see what he's got up his sleeve.
Okay, so I'm seeing an afterlife theme here. There's a lot of afterlife here. Yeah.
Afterlife. There's our Racketeers, Tales of Kylov, Serpent Scales, Kaiser, the Immortal Sun.
This looks pretty good, actually. Mortify is pretty good. Ixalan's Binding, yep. Kaya's Wrath. Seraph Scales is fantastic. Racketeers could be quite interesting. Mortal Sun, well, you have Kai in the deck. Okay. I would like to try and fit Dawn of Hope into this somewhere for more token generation. Just to tie into like Teysa and the whole Afterlife theme, but we'll give it a shot. Let's see how it plays.
Yeah. Okay. It works pretty well, he says.
I'm still bronze 4, so I now don't care about my rank because I can test the decks and rank it now.
Woohoo!
This is a mulligan.
Excellent binding twice, right?
I'm not too happy about only 2 land, but I'll keep it because we can. We have Imperious Oligarch. And we're playing White Weenie.
Uh-oh. Wait, is that an uh-oh or is that an eh?
That's pretty all. Adamant Vanguard. Snubhorn Sentry. And Hunted Witness. Dauntless Bodyguard. Man. Swing for 2. Nope, that's the swamp. I wanted the Oligarch, thank you.
Okay.
Legion's Landing. Benalis Marshal. Oh, God. So you're on the Aspirant, you're on the Snubhorn. Okay. Cavalry Drillmaster. Well,
This isn't going good.
this isn't going particularly well.
After one...
Benalis Marshal.
Flash blue, toss out Tetsuoko, and you'd be screwed. You're going to take a lot of damage.
Yep. If I get a land, I can Ixalan's Binding the Bralish Marshal.
Nope. Tithe Taker.
Okay, so even if yeah, he's got me beaten. Even if I blocked his 3/3 and one of the 3/2s, he still had like 7 damage on the board. A lot of what we need to do actually splash blue now for Deputy Detention, because it's actually pretty strong. This is even worse than the first hand. We do have an Orzhov Enforcer we can play pretty early. Pick up a land, we can play Mortifying Ministrant. Sure, we'll keep it. Yeah, White Weenie's also like super common in lower tiers. Oops. My iPad just tried to commit suicide.
We've got a jumper.
So Memorial Folly because it comes into play tapped.
Mm-hmm. Play that early. Administrative obligation. 1/5. Afterlife 2. Okay, it's straightforward. It's like it's like an echoing Afterlife deck.
Yeah.
I mean a weenie deck. Yeah.
I like the idea.
You know, you get lots of stuff coming out that's got Afterlife.
Yeah, so when it dies, it replaces itself. Yeah, it's super nice.
Interesting idea. Interesting idea. Yeah. Okay. Overgrown Tomb.
Yep.
Black green at least in some caliber.
Probably playing Wet Golgari.
Interesting way to put it. Preacher says what dies does not stay dead. Well, that's cool. I like that. That's a good way to put it. I wonder if they're running across the same mana problem that you were having. Or are still having. No, you have a plains.
Oh, yeah, we have plains. We have 3 mana. We'll be okay.
Okay. Memorial to Folly. Hey, that looks familiar.
Llanowar Elf. Oh my god. It's an elf.
Ramp.
Help.
It's the ramp. Are they going to sacrifice their mana for a block?
I can't see it. I'm going to keep the mana open so that I can mortify something if it's particularly...
Pops in.
Yeah. I may regret doing this, but...
You're going to get that 1-point strike in.
Yes. He has asserted his dominance. He hit me with the Llanowar Elf.
You have been won. Wild Growth Walker?
Yep.
Nuke it from orbit or what?
Yep. I don't care about your Llanowar Elf. I want to kill the Wild Growth Walker.
But Llanowar Elf.
Yeah, Llanowar. Llanowar Schmanowar. Block me. Block me.
Or not. Ministrant of Obligation.
Seeker Squire. This is why I killed the Wild Growth Walker.
Yeah.
Because now he's not gaining life.
I gotta say, I really like that name, Night of the Last Breath. There's been some of the white cards or white something cards have been some of the most compelling in Ravnica Allegiance. There's a lot of really flashy stuff that I do love in the Rakdos cards, but Basilica Bellhaunt.
Oh, Basilica Bellhaunt is such a good card.
I mean, still to this day, even just ignoring game mechanics, just artwork and naming, just the flavor of the card itself. Basilica Bellhaunt is still one of my absolute top 5. I love that card.
Yeah, it's a great card.
Yeah, and you have these different white or white-black Orzhov cards that are like ghosts that still have some position, or spirits that still have some position in the church somewhere. You know, I think it's an interesting concept. It really is.
I like Orzhov as a concept in general.
The church.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting idea.
It was what I played back in the day, so.
Yeah. Back in my day.
And back in the day, I mean like 2006.
That is back in the day. That is 13 years ago.
I know, right? Last time I played Magic competitively, I would have been
4, 5.
No, not quite that old. Young. I would have been, what, 15, 16?
Yikes. Bet you were a looker, eh?
Oh, yeah, I've always been ruggedly handsome.
And humble, too. So humble.
Gee, guess what's getting excellent binding ding-did?
Bing, ding, 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 ding. The Lana World? No, or Vivian Reed.
Vivian Reed, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely Vivian Reed. As much as I would like to play Sarah for the scales.
Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card. Restore target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying.
Yeah.
Oh, that -8 emblem. Woo!
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
The emblem is basically says game over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a rough one. Don't
Bye,
you know.
Viv.
See you later, Viv. Have a nice trip. The Ixalan's Binding is one of those cards that was in my Please Stop deck. It's one of those cards where people kind of go, damn it. Yeah. Yeah, I had copies of Hieromancer's Cage, Ixalan's Binding, Luminous Bonds, a couple of blue equivalents. I need to remake that deck. It pissed people off. Administrative obligation.
I'm really tempted just to make a blue deck that runs Psychic Corrosion and all of the blue counter spells.
Psychic Corrosion is the one that makes them discard? No, then. Does it take damage when you discard, or you discard the second one?
They mill every time you draw a card.
That's what it is. Yeah. You mill every time you go. Yeah.
Well, we could have done without that.
Huh, okay. They're at 20. Shadelight Ranger and Wildgrowth Walker did not do well for us, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately not. However...
Hey! We're just gonna get that thing and we're gonna park it over here for a little while. We're gonna use it as a drink coaster. I hope you don't mind. It's gonna have some coffee stains on it by the time we get back to you.
Ravenous Choppa Chop.
Do you guys get those over there?
Yeah.
The lollipops? The lollipops? Yeah. Chuppa Chup? Yeah. They're made in Mexico down here. There's a actually
with
some are made in Mexico.
Thank you very much, Bork. No, I'll take 6. Sure.
Yeah. There's a Chuppa Chup factory in San Antonio, Texas. I've seen it.
Really?
I haven't been inside, but there is one. Yeah. The scales. Some of this great game art. Oh God, I love that animation.
Hey Bork, not much is up. We are testing a deck from our very own Dark Preacher. He's very much into his white-black funsies.
Well, black, the same color as his soul, so it fits.
Dude, stop giving me more creatures.
Ding, 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 ding. Look, more stuff to block with.
I know, right? Let's just start chump blocking. I mean, I don't need to. But yeah, I'm gonna kill the Llanowar Elf. Thank you. I love my voice too. Ha! You're not Wild Growth Walker. Oh god, that's a Jade Light Ranger.
This is the voice podcast. Okay, Revival Revenge. Revival. Bring back the Orzhov Enforcer. Oh yeah, they're all flyers. I just picked up on that. Dang it, I forgot. The spirits that come back are flying.
These guys all
That's
fly.
Yeah, that's pretty evil in and of itself.
It is, isn't it? Thank you for the follow, Bark.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for following, Bork.
Will you stop it?
Cast down.
Stop killing my death touch.
But you need another spirit.
I want to touch your Jade Light Ranger.
So I think that's why they're killing it.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Kinda need to block.
Yep. Gonna go down to 7? Yeah. Stuff just keeps coming back. Keeps repeating like bad beans. Light Ranger.
Oh look, I've even read that you cannot cast.
Because there's another one in play still? Does it really count?
Ixalan bounding it?
Yeah, so that one's still in play technically, right?
No, but you can't cast spells that have been exiled with Ixalan's binding.
Oh, of the same name. Oh, that's evil. Ixalan's binding is nice. I forget.
Do we Seraph and hope they don't have a kill spell, or do we Revival and Appears Oligarch?
Part of me says they've got one card in hand. The odds of it being another removal, I think, is slim, but still possible. I swing and see what happens, I think. No attacky.
I don't really want to kill the Chupa Chup, because he has Memorial to Folly, so he can bring it back. Of course.
Murder!
Murder.
Well, they've got the cast downs used. I think they're starting to go into their stack of murder cards now. Look at all the things you can talk with.
1, 2, 3. Ha! Suck on that.
So now, Merfolk Branchwalker. Well, at least it found a land card. And that does now mean that we know what's in their hand. They're a swamp.
Oh look, land.
Now nothing. Now nothing is in there. Time for the Imperious Oligarch, I think. Going back for that. Death Toucher or what?
No, the Ministrant, because he has Afterlife 2, so it'll give me 2 spirits instead of 1.
Yeah, okay. I'm hip.
It also means that I can block into all 3 of his creatures and wipe the board.
I gotta say, Preach, this might not be the most flat-out devastating deck I've ever seen, but it's tenacious and stubborn. I'm gonna give you that.
Okay, so he drew a land. I don't know why he played that land, because he could have held it and bluffed a kill spell or something.
Not everybody's that smart.
Yeah, we are in Bronze 4.
Yes. Memorial to Folly. So he's fetching for something.
Jade Light Ranger.
What is it? Jade Light Ranger. Okay, interesting.
Oh look, land.
More land. Explores, then it explores again. Both times it explored successfully, or failed in my eyes, because I use Explore to get the counters and not actual land. So.
Yeah, although Explorer does work quite well as a land filter.
Oh yeah, for sure. And a lot of stuff gets pulled off the deck. I mean, off the field. But hey, look, We're getting freebies. There's another Memorial to Folly. Man, that Night of the Last Breath is expensive. Okay.
Balls. I can't do that until next turn. I don't have any other black sources except the Memorial to Folly.
Yeah. Why? Because the game does not want to give you those swamps.
Swamp.
It explored twice and found the Bog of Despair. Oh, God. Need to get some swamps. Need to get that swamp on. Yeah, why are you attacking with this thing that we actually can kill with the block?
I don't know.
That seemed unwise.
Oh, Teysa.
Oh. Karlov. Yes, please.
I will take my lifelink, thank you.
If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control, that ability triggers an additional time. Creature tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink. Oh, suddenly, the pace changes.
Suddenly, the rock has come back.
Yeah. You can gift that Llanowar Elf, polish it up nice and shiny, turn it sideways, and
Stick it.
stick it right up your candy ass.
So, at the end of the opponent's turn, I'm going to pop this Memorial to Glory, assuming he doesn't kill Teysa.
Okay.
Because that will give us 2 more tokens.
Yeah. Oh, they conceded.
Or they could concede. One of the two. That also works. Yes! Oh, I'm bronze tier 1? I thought it was tier 4.
That's even worse of a match then. Jeez, that guy was really... That was a bronze tier 4 match. Like, for sure.
Why, thank you. Oh my god, a swamp.
And here is Ann Swamp, a pity swamp. That's all you're getting for the entire match.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, opt, blue. Okay.
There is a 99% chance this is mono blue.
Siren Storm Team.
Called it.
Opt. Again. Whole lot of opting going on.
Yeah, you want to play your spells during my turn? Yeah, Izzet Phoenixes does also play Opt, and usually blue on turn 1, but it's more likely to be mono blue. Because mono blue won the last Mythic Championship. First Mythic Championship, too.
Card draw. They're going for that card advantage.
Oh, look, an Opt.
There's another Opt.
3 Opts in your first 8 cards?
I know.
That is ridiculous. You've tapped out as blue, sir. I don't know if you've noticed this or not. Are you going to block the Mystical Herald here? Because you really should.
Yes. And hey, look, we get a replacement. Ding. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding. Not gonna hang on for too long.
Oh no, a Tempestion. I would really like to draw another swamp, please.
No, only one swamp. You got your pity swamp. That's all you're getting, buddy.
No, a swamp would be really good here.
Nope.
God damn it, that's a plains game. That's
Told
a
you.
plains.
Here is your swamp, air quotes. Here comes the Tide Taker. The Tide Taker, the Face Breaker. Swinging in. Getting ready to do some damage.
I really need the Kaya's Wrath.
No, you can't, because that means you would need another swamp, and you can't have another swamp.
Exactly. Why are you not
Look, I
attacking
can
the
arrange.
Tempest?
I can arrange another plains for you. How about that?
Why are you not attacking with the Tempest Shin? It's literally the only thing it's good for.
Blocking?
Uh,
Purple Trickster.
why? What? I don't understand.
Yeah, let's tie down that pesky 1/1 flyer with no special abilities. Oh, look.
He already
it's back
attacked.
again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gaia's Wrath. See? You didn't get a swamp.
This is
Promise
going
you
to
a
get
swamp.
countered.
Yes.
Wizard's Retort. Wizard's Retort.
Aha!
Well,
Sorry about
that's pretty much the game. Oh no, he's attacking with the Tempest Shin. Eat flyer. This is slightly bad for us. Although this guy's really terrible at playing this deck.
Yes, he is.
Why are you Merfolk Trickstering? Why?
You could have gotten that 6 through, buddy.
I am so confused.
Counter, counter, counter.
Yeah, it's gonna get countered. Or he has to dive down, one of the two. No.
Wizard's Retort.
Oh yeah, you don't lose rank in bronze.
Yeah, I like bronze. I'm going to stay for a while.
I want to hit mythic at least once. This deck does better against mono red. Yeah, I can see that from like the life gain. Mono blue is really difficult to deal with, especially if your board wipe gets countered.
Hey, look, no swamps.
Sure, why not? I can play Tithe Taker at least. Yeah, against mono blue, you really want to have that board wipe like on curve instead of like 7 turns after curve, like we finally got.
I can arrange one early game pity swamp for you. That's all I can pull. Sorry.
Look, it's a blue. He's gonna opt. Oh my god, I'm a genius.
Is it the same deck again, but with a different person?
Probably. Nope, this is Izzet Phoenix's.
Memorial to Glory.
Wow.
Lava Coil?
Wow.
It seems like overkill.
That was overkill.
Mm-hmm. Okay, lots of card draw.
You don't have any Phoenixes in the bin, man. Playing all of your spells now accomplishes absolutely nothing.
They went and got the Lava Coil back.
Also,
Wow.
screw you.
Watch out, they meant Lava Coil that Ixalan's binding.
Oh,
Crackling Drake.
that's okay.
Is it Drake's?
Yeah, possibly. Well, no, because Izzet Drake tends not to play Goblin Electromancer. It's usually Phoenixes that plays Electromancer for the really cheap spells.
Yes, try and Lava
that's
Coil
the thing, the Lava Coil. Not a 2/1 Tithe Taker.
Is it Drake's hates this deck, by the way? We'll see. Tormenting Voice. Ooh. Man,
Another radical idea in the bin.
that's a lot of card draw.
Do you have a dive down? No, you don't. Why did you even attack with that?
Hey, look, Trunks, have 2 free fly. These people are dumbasses.
Gasp, a dual land. Gasp, a crackling drake.
Drake, yeah, I was about to say.
Please draw Exil's Binding. Ah, close. I'll take it.
So, hey, there we go. And then, hey, look, we get 2 afterlife triggers. Isn't that nice?
I should.
So are they just recklessly burning through cards to load up the graveyard for the crackling drakes? Is
Yeah,
that the gimmick?
basically, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, it's a simple gimmick, but it makes you look like an idiot while trying to do it. So
Yes, lava. Beacon Bolt! Jesus.
okay,
Watch as he
it's a bit.
flashbacks the
much.
Beacon Bolt to kill the other one. I don't know.
Radical idea. Draw a card. Jumpstart. I mean, jumpstart requires you to discard a card, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so they can't just whip those things out willy nilly. They have to discard everything they're drawing. Those are racketeers.
Take one. Ha!
Shock! Wow. Afterlife 2. Ding ding.
I am legitimately confused. If
They're
this
just-
isn't, if this is not Phoenixes, there's only 8 creatures in that deck, and we've killed 4 of them.
Shock.
Ing.
Yeah, I think it's the Crackling Drakes or something else that uses the same key.
Yeah, I think it is.
Beacon Bolt again.
Wow.
They are hurling everything into the bin as quick as they can. Jumpstart. Radical idea. $18 cards in the graveyard. Wow. What's their deck count at?
28.
Woof! They are whipping through. Of course, they do have a 14/14 Drake up now. That's a little distressing.
Just a tiny bit, yeah. Wow.
Gain control.
Wow.
Why aren't they gaining control and they can't attack with the other thing? They're going to lose it at the end of the turn, aren't they?
No, that is permanent. Entrancing Melody is permanent.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's bad. Hey, look, there's your swamp, and there's Aya's Wrath. Is that Drake number 4?
That's trick number 3.
Okay.
And they can't play Electromancers, so unless they have Enigma Drakes, they're kind of screwed.
So this is where you keep drawing land, right?
Yeah,
The
pretty
next
much.
10 turns?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look, a Mortify.
A Mortify, hey. And then Orzhov in Forza. Yeah.
Ja.
I
Alles
don't
auf
know,
dem
I'm
Forscher.
I don't know, I'm doing a horrible
Fits
German
the oil.
accent
Hans. So I've been watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
here. Oh, God. Excuse me, it's Dragon Ball Z. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Got all
man.
the Canadian fans. Yes, Mom. Discovery. Wow, they're busting out them Dimir cards. Surveil 2, then draw a card. They have just like... they did a search for draw a card.
And put
on
all
the
of those
blue.
in? Yeah.
Yeah, put all those in. And then they started tossing in like red destroy cards and a couple of Drakes. Lava Coil.
Okay.
More damage.
I mean, you only have 1 Drake left, man. I know this because there are 3 Drakes in this bin. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3.
There's 3. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do, I guess. Yeah, you still got enough to cast Mortify, so that's good. We're just gonna lava coil it.
I'm really tempted to mortify it so that it dies and gives me the afterlife tokens.
Do it. Suck it. Shock. Oh my god. You're just hurling everything. Oh, we have an Ixalan's bind. 2 Ixalan's bindings. Oh my god. We can lock down a couple other annoying pieces of crap. Let's just get that back out on the field right away. Sarah for the scales again. Yes, that one. Gonna wheedle these bastards
Just
down.
give up. Please just give up. Don't make me do this.
A swamp and an isolated chapel. Is it the first time we've seen the isolated chapel?
No, we got one in another game.
Oh, did we? Okay. Oh yes, I was saying we you're not allowed a swamp and you got an isolated chapel. That's right. Yeah. Oh,
Why did you even wait that long?
Stubborn. I've got this deck that I copied off of Noxious online. It'll make me a winner for sure if I just stick with it.
I don't still have that deck somewhere. Oh, I think I deleted it. I used to have that deck.
Okay. So
I mean,
thoughts on
I still have mono red,
Preaches Orzo.
so
Yeah,
I don't have that much of a soul.
You don't have that much of a soul. I gotta admit, that's a pretty whiz-bang combination.
It's super awesome, yeah. I would like to fit in Dawn of Hope, just for the constant token gen, and the draw when you gain life. I think that would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
I like the Ixalan bindings. These three package. This package here is nice. Seraph's nice.
Yeah. Of course, I'm the jerk that wants to squeeze Divine Visitation into it. Once you get steamrolling with something that generates tokens and Divine Visitation, it's just ugly. So you could swap out the Immortal Sun. That Immortal Sun was useful.
I like the Immortal Sun.
Yeah, he was getting card draw off it. I like Immortal Sun. It's good. It's good utility. Yeah.
Revenge is such a nice card.
Double your life total. Target opponent does what?
A target opponent loses half
their life.
Yeah.
Revenge, dude. Revenge, Revival Revenge. That's the card. The Revenge half is the card I need for that Eldritch Horror deck. Chainer's Torment.
Yeah.
Double your life total. Summon a creature using all of it. Yep. So yeah, I 2 thumbs up, man. I think it's definitely stubborn. It does not want to go away. So
yeah, all of the afterlife triggers are super awesome.
Yeah. Revenge on an opponent with 1 life is a very mean thing to. What it would just round back to 1, wouldn't it?
No, it kills them.
Really?
Yeah.
Half their life total rounded up. Yeah, round it up. Half of 1 rounded up is still 1.
I'm fairly sure it kills them.
I think somebody just rang my doorbell. I'm going to have to ignore them.
Yes, ignore them.
That being said, we are. This is the last couple of long matches. We're going on 2 hours and 15 minutes. So. Double your actual gains. If their life total was negative, that player loses as much life as needed, so that their life total is twice as far below 0 as it was before.
Could have sworn I'd seen somewhere that if you revenge somebody on one life, they'd lose the game.
I don't know.
Could be wrong.
I mean, half of 1 would be 0.5, rounded up, would be 1. So, I don't think it would do anything. Yeah.
Done that before they died. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, just reading the card description, that does not track, but it could be totally different.
Yeah.
It could be if they're at 1, that's the exception they make of rounding up and they instead round down. Maybe that's the difference.
I wonder if it's because they still have to lose life.
Yeah.
Like it forces them to lose life so
like
that it's half of whatever it was before.
Right, and being at 1 health is the one exception when you would have to lose life.
Yeah.
And you would not normally lose it. So
Yeah.
maybe that's the clause.
I think that's potentially what does it, yeah. That would be mean though.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I do like the stick, Preach. I may fiddle with it in the future.
Cool.
Because right now I don't actually have a deck that I'm running right now. Mostly because I haven't actually played this game in a while.
Yeah.
Quite some time. I was running mono blue for a bit.
I've been addicted to Space Engineers.
I know, somebody got me addicted to another game.
It's not my fault. I didn't do it. I didn't. They got me addicted to it.
So you just had to spread it around.
Like the cold, yeah.
So that's what? Magic the Gathering Arena, Diablo 3, Space Engineers.
I did not get you addicted to MTGA. You were going to sacrifice yourself to this demon all by yourself.
I already sacrificed myself to this demon, so
yeah. This one's not my fault.
I'm still blaming you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it.
Heroes of the Storm.
That one's my fault. 100%. I'm still kind of upset they put that game into maintenance mode, but whatever.
Yeah, me too. That was a fun game. I enjoyed that game.
Niv Millet? Do you really have a deck called Niv Millet?
Yeah, I do.
Does it work?
Sort of.
I'll take that as a no.
It sort of works, but I had to go 3 colors so I could fit in Kaya's Wrath to stabilize. So it sort of works, but it's not particularly reliable.
It's a 4-color deck.
It's a 4-color deck, but it runs Chromatic Lantern and Treasure Map for mana fixing.
Okay. You're crazy, Niv Millet.
But yeah, the idea was to basically play Niv Mizzet with Psychic Corrosion. So every time you're drawing a card, you're milling them and doing damage.
Yeah.
And then it was literally all of the other draw cards that I could find. And Thought Collapse for more mill, because why not?
It's mean.
I know, right?
Mean. It's got to be a not fun way to die.
It's very not fun, yeah. I don't know. That was funny.
Needs more petitioners, is what Preacher says.
No, it does
You're
not need
nuts.
petitioners at all.
I did try to make a persistent petitioners deck. It doesn't really work.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to work that well.
It's one of those cards going like, oh, this is going to be brilliant, and then you make a deck out of it, and it's like,
It's not that great. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Anyway, let's round things up here, given that we've been going for just over 2 hours.
Yeah.
And Fagram's old and needs to move.
I can't feel my knees.
What knees?
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited for War of the Spark. Super excited. I'm psyched. I'm
also
stoked.
excited, yeah. I think it'd be fun. Be good to
It's going to
finally
be-
see the story wrap up as well.
Yeah. It's going to be lit, fam.
God.
Did I use it right? Did I?
On that note, thank you all for joining us, guys. We will be back next week, we think, maybe, depending on how both of us feel.
Yes. We're winging it.
We're winging it, yeah.
Yep.
Keep an eye on Twitter or the League of Ordinary Gamers to see when we go live, if we go live.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
Any words of wisdom from yourself, Fagram?
Dying sucks.
Fair.
Yep, that's all I got.
Thank you all for joining us, guys. We will catch you next week.
Bye.